Mike, how you doing?
Pretty good. Just hanging out outside. It's a beautiful day in Wisconsin.
Awesome, very cool. Well, tell me a little bit about kind of your phase of practice and what you're hoping to do. You're in grad school right now, you said?
Well, I'm just about to start, and
Mhm.
I know that private practice is something I want to do at some point. I've got kind of a varied background. I've got a degree in public relations, and I'm finishing up an accounting program, and so I'm just trying to pull together all these things that I'm interested in and how to best utilize them to grow.
Yeah, what kind of practice do you think you want to eventually open?
Well, I guess I'm not sure what kinds there are.
Sure. I mean, I guess like what would you want the focus to be? Would it be kids, adults, couples? Not sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think it probably wouldn't be kids. I don't really feel that's my jam. But it would probably be, I don't know, maybe young adults, high school students, college students, and adults.
Okay. So I would start to ask yourself right now, what's a problem that high school students or young adults are dealing with that you could help with? And so that may be that you offer a coaching or consulting program or case management program that helps people in that area. So for a while, we had actually a bachelor's level social worker that worked at mental wellness counseling as a coach, and she would help with basically becoming an adult. And so she would teach kids like, how do you shop? And so, these 20-year-olds, like, how do you shop for groceries? Like, what are the basics of just becoming an adult? And then they would also talk through kind of blockades from a coaching, not a counseling perspective. Now, then you can start to create content like, blog posts or Facebook Lives or things around that, start to build an audience and some clients so that when you become a fully licensed counselor or a limited licensed counselor, then you already have kind of a built-in network, and you also then already know a lot of the referral sources that are in town.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you were to work with kind of young adults, what are some areas that you'd be excited to teach them?
I think, I mean, even based on my own story, I think that there's a lot of directionlessness,
Hmm.
at least among my friends. So I don't know, really trying to figure out what's important to you, like what your values are. And then also, just the climate in our country right now is really us and them. It's really combative. It feels like so. I think it's easy to get sucked into that and soak up all that negativity.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe like how to have a positive mindset and all of that.
Yeah.
One guy you might want to look at is Brian Tier. He has the Quarter Life Crisis podcast, I think is what it's called.
Okay.
And so it's aimed at 20 somethings, and he's from South Africa, has a great podcast where he interviews mostly 20 somethings that have kind of figured out adulting. But then like I was on there talking about things that I wish that, I had known in my 20s and what 20 somethings can do now. And so it would be a good model for just how do you kind of get the word out about what you'd want to do.
Sure. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.